Good morning vlog. Corrado and I are back home from the wedding, which was awesome. Yesterday went really well. It was exhausting to say the least, but everything went the way it was supposed to go. The dance went great. It didn't rain, which made the bride very happy. She was freaking out about the R word all day. We weren't allowed to say the word. Actually, it rained for about 2 minutes while she was putting on her dress, so she didn't see. So we were just like, don't let her look outside. Just make sure she doesn't even notice. And it went away by the time she had any chance of paying attention to what was going on outside. So it was perfect timing, and it didn't rain for the rest of the day until like way late in the evening. So everything went really well. And then at the end of the day, Corrado and I offered up my parents' house for a bunch of people to stay over. So we had a sleeping party. Everybody was normally like when you go to an after party, everybody's like hanging out and having a good time, but the reception itself went to about 1 o'clock, and because all of us girls were up at 7 a.m. that day, we literally went to my parents' house and slept. So that was fantastic. Sleep was like the best party anyone could ask for. Then today we came back and I've been working on a special video for Mary and Ben. As you know, Corrado was running around with you guys all day. Mary and Ben asked him to film all the important wedding-y things. So he just kind of ran around, filmed with a loose hand, rough footage, and I'm currently playing around with that footage. I'm gonna work on editing it into a video for the newlywed couple. There's a whole bunch of footage of them being all cutesy and getting married, and she couldn't get the ring on his hand, which is fantastic. He was actually crying more than she was, which is also fantastic. And because Mary is in love with Footloose, I am of course using Almost Paradise as the song for this video, and I've got the first little part done. I can show it to you. So this is Corrado's awesome work so far. That's where it was. And then there's me in the reflection. So that's all of the fancy shots there, and then we've got fancy flowers, and that's their playbill and their date and their names, and there's me getting ready. There's the beautiful bride. So that's the video so far. I don't think they know that I'm making it. They know that we filmed everything, but I don't think they know that I'm making it into an actual video, so hopefully they like it.
Oh, Joel. Joel. How's it going, buddy?
Good. How you doing?
You know, it's a lot of looking at glowing screens.
Yep.
That's like a lot of life now.
Yep.
So Joel and I and Steven have all been, obviously, working on the film. And we're really spending a lot of time and focus on the first 10 or so minutes of the movie, and there's instant gratification in going out and just like rough editing most of the film and just kind of laying everything down, and we could get a lot more done and have we could probably have 30 or 60 minutes edited honestly pretty quickly. Like if we decided to do that, we could probably do that in about a week. But what we're really taking our time with, and it's kind of fun and kind of frustrating, is the first 10 minutes of the film. And I'll tell you why. Because as people who are a part of the YouTube community, you know, Joel and I, you guys obviously, there's a lot of stuff that is very familiar to us that would not be familiar to the general public, to a non-fan audience. So imagine like you're sitting in the theater and you're watching this film, and you don't know anything about YouTube, and you're introduced to all of these characters so quickly, and it's, you know, Shay Carl and his family, Charles and Allie and their family and extended family, the Vlogbrothers, John, Hank, Catherine Green, Wheezy Waiter, and then, you know, they start talking about how they got started. A lot of people were inspired by Zay Frank, so then we introduce Zay Frank, and people are talking about Zay Frank, and then we need to introduce concepts of like defining a viral video, which is, that's the easiest place to start. It's like, you know what a viral video is, right? And people are like, yeah, I've seen a viral video. That's like, okay, so if you can understand that people would make a video and put it on YouTube and it would go viral, can you understand that people would make videos on YouTube and those videos are not viral, yet still successful, and people watch? even though it's not viral. And that's like a new concept to like most of the world. That's really simple to all of us, but the idea that there are YouTube videos that people watch that aren't viral or that people come back and watch regularly is kind of like a big thought. That's like a big thing that people don't know. That's like a big secret. And so we're introducing this like pretty much right at the very beginning of the movie. It's like, okay, you know what viral videos are? This movie's not about that. And we need to make that seem like a good thing, because it's like, I don't know. It makes so much sense to us. But how do we, in the first couple minutes, introduce them to a bunch of people and make them care about those people so they don't let's say they're not in a theater, let's say it's on Netflix. You know, they've been watching this documentary for 5 minutes and they're like, this is boring. All of these people are talking about 2007 and making crappy videos. I don't know who they are and I'm out. Like, we have to think about people bailing on this movie in the first 5 minutes, right? So we gotta make them care. Character development. It's not about action, excitement, adventure, hooks. It's not, but at the same time, we have to grip the audience and make sure they keep paying attention. We have to introduce them to the concept of how YouTube works, then tell them about the community, tell them about subscribers and subscriptions, and then introduce them to the concept of vlogging. Like, all right away. Before you can even, like that's what the film's about. But we can't spend too much time there, or else the film is going to be, like, too basic. We don't, like, you don't want a film that, like, you guys don't want to watch a movie where it takes 30 minutes to explain all of that. You'd be like, I know what subscriptions are, I'm not an idiot. But the general public does not. So, we're figuring that out, and it's like, how much, we have to kind of, like, introduce some characters, introduce some YouTube concepts, introduce some googly business stuff, and then go back to those characters, but you kind of, like, you don't care about those characters yet, but we need you to care about those characters because we're going to spend time with them, but it needs to be educational but not boring. It needs to be interesting, right? And it's like it's fun, but it's not a simple matter of just like, oh, just like tell everyone's story. Oh, just like, you know, put all the stars in there. Like, it's very delicate. If you're not committed in the first 10 minutes, you're not going to watch the whole thing. It can't be a matter of, oh, it gets really good 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Right? That's like the worst thing. Like, if we put on the movie a year from now, and it's like, oh, okay, the first 10 minutes, like, it's like Game of Thrones. It's like, the first episode of Game of Thrones, you have no idea what's going on.
Right.
But trust me, keep watching. We can't have the YouTube version where we introduce 20 characters and all of these concepts. It's like, trust us, it gets good.
Yeah.
It needs to be good. Right away. Sometimes it's a matter of like one line.
Yeah.
Like with the Vlogbrothers today, we cut 2 lines.
Yeah.
And it made it so much better.
Cut 2 and added 1.
We cut 2 lines, added 1. The Vlogbrothers were sharing their passion on why they made their videos, and we tried to, right at the beginning, also start explaining that the Vlogbrothers had rules, like no video over 4 minutes, there would be punishments, and we found that was actually slowing the film down. That it was like too technical 3 minutes into the movie.
Yeah.
We need to like just find out why they make their video, like why they got started, and then take a breath. And find out why Wheezy Waiter got started. And take a breath. And we're going to come back to those concepts just 5 or 10 minutes later. We can't introduce you to the Vlogbrothers and then say, these are the rules, this is the technicalities, this is, blah, 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 and there was all this structure. And I don't care about these guys yet. Mm-hmm. I don't care about them. And obviously we care about the Vlogbrothers very much. But why? If somebody hasn't seen their videos before, why do we care about them? That was today, and that'll be tomorrow as well.
Yeah.
And
that's our job now.
That's the job.
Figuring out why YouTube is awesome.
How do you,
explaining it.
Well, I think Einstein said something along the lines of like a definition of genius is taking something very complicated and making it simple.
Right.
And like YouTube seems so simple until you really try. Like, how do you explain it in 5 minutes and make it make sense and make people care?
Yeah.
It's kind of like both knowledge and emotion, or intellect and emotion, and we have to appeal to both. We want people to put on this movie and be captivated right away.
Yeah.
They go, wow, I didn't know that people made this type of content, and these people are amazing. They need to say that right away. These people are amazing, and what they're doing on YouTube is amazing. And we have like just so few lines with which to convince people that that's the case. It's 1:21 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and that's all we just wrote and edited all day. We like write it and then we like go find the footage and then watch it and see how it plays out. So we should go to bed and then wake up and then keep going.
Yeah.
It's funny because we actually have less time than Corey just talked about to convince all of that. Like he spent all his time talking about what we're doing and how it's gonna work, and we have less time than that
Right.
to actually do it in the movie.
How long did I just talk for?
It was like 8 or 9 minutes.
Yeah, so that's, yeah. And we got to do it in 5?
5. So, yeah.
But at least people aren't looking at me, like, trying to...
Yeah.
They, like, get to, like, look at Wheezy Waiter videos and...
like a bunch of different people around.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Good night, I guess.
I guess.
Good night.
Good night.
Give me daily vlogs, I want them in my subscription box. I wonder who might drop by, even though sometimes it's Canada outside. So don't go away, we're here every day. It's not ApprenticeEh, it's ApprenticeEh. Hey, 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 hey. Home is where the vlog is.